This is us, Jumpwire Media, and this is our new website, and we're really proud because we launched it here at MIP Connected Creativity. I apparently, according to the rumors, pay $20,000 to come and speak to you. We're a startup. Where did this rumor start that I would pay to speak to you guys? First of all, you wouldn't even show up anyway. You know, I don't even, half the time I don't even know why you're here, but I don't know where this, I heard it, I was like, are you guys on glue? Anyway, we thought this was a really great opportunity. We do have, we try to be subtle at Jumpwire. You won't see a lot of branding around what we do because we just love doing what we do. Like for MIP to ask me to do this every 6 months is like, I do it for free because I love it. It's a great way to find out what's going on at the market. I don't sleep for 4 days, and right now I'm like on some sort of oxygenated, What? Oh, I'm okay. This has been an incredible MIP for Twitter. Last MIP, MIPCOM, there were a few people tweeting. There were a few things being retweeted. It wasn't that big a deal. We have some stats, and I can show you stuff live it's unbelievable. Like 6,000 tweets on the MIP, the MipTV thing. Lots of retweets. People engaged in conversations. Fantastic. We at Jumpwire, we talk about strategies, and we keep it simple for our clients because we all work in media and we're not that bright. So what happens is that we decide to break things down into 3 key areas. If you're looking 18 months out, we say to our clients, what are 3 key things you should be looking at when you're developing business plans or you're developing anything? And we really don't even push out more than 12 months. You're all executives here, so you should be getting reports from your website every single week, put on your desk. We have it at Jumpwire. We send out reports to all our clients saying how many tweets are going out, how many Facebook new users you have, how many hits are coming to your website. Basic data. When you know how many people are watching your TV shows and you can hear the buzz in your office and then you see your website is not getting that number of hits, you've got to ask yourself the question why, right? Web video is still very important. We use it actually to build our cross-media marketing ecosystems. But mobile is probably the next time I talk to you, mobile will be number 1. We still think data is really important, but the incredible changes in mobile and more of the stuff I've seen this week from around the world, it's a little bit more advanced here in Europe, and some of the people coming over from the Asian countries have some incredible statistics about what's going on over there and the phones. At Connected Creativity, we saw something from Tommy Ahonen, who basically yells at you for an hour. It was awesome. How many people were at Connected Creativity when Tommy was there? Yeah. So he says, you don't know anything. You are nothing. You're over there. It was the best presentation I've ever seen. Is Tommy here? No, because it would be great to get up and just have him yell at you. So this happened on March 7th. Android passes iOS and RIM for US smartphone subscriber share. So when I'm in Manhattan, or even when I'm in our Toronto office, I see a lot of people who are coming in from the suburbs who don't earn a ton of money like we all do, because we are the elite. We make a ton of money compared to most people, and they are all using Android phones. I walk up and down the subway. Sometimes I get off and get back on in New York, and I see lots and lots of people who are coming in doing the $7 an hour or $8 an hour jobs. They're all using Android phones. Why? Because they can buy them at Walmart for $149, and now I think they're going down to $99, and an iPhone is trying to do the same sort of thing. If you want to try and program for the Android platform, it's very difficult. I've talked to 2 or 3 producers who, one of them mentioned to me, she said, yes, we're selling an app, we have an iPhone app, but unfortunately, I can't get this deal in China because the guy said, he says, I won't buy your app from you for the TV show unless you do it in Android. And now she is going to have to find developers, and she said that when she was looking for the developers, it was really, really difficult, first of all, to find good developers, and secondly, to find things that was actually going to work. Second thing that I thought was really interesting is Facebook teams up with Warner Brothers to stream movies. How many people saw this and just basically fell off your chair? Yeah, me too. If these guys can do it, do you want me to say it out loud? Where's that going to leave television, really? Right? So we really need to evolve this in the TV business and figure it out. Netflix comes out and says, oh, yeah, that's okay. Because when Facebook announced that they were going to do a streaming, you know that Netflix stock lost 5%, right? Overnight, boom. They're like, this is over. So it was really great. It was like, it's like we're actually watching a boxing match in slow motion. So 10 days later, you know, Netflix comes out and says, oh yeah, that's okay. We're going to hire David Fincher and Kevin Spacey, and we're going to outbid HBO for this amazing thing called House of Cards. And I'm not sure if most of you know, but if you don't, you should, that Netflix is paying serious money for good content. I've talked to a lot of producers here this week, and before I got here, and I said, well, it's not even a rumor, they're telling me they're paying like top dollar for really good programming. So they're becoming a broadcaster. There is a war that is going to happen here, massive. So those of you who were over at Connected Creativity and saw Eric and I having the discussion, if you didn't, you will know that Paramount is putting out something on BitTorrent called The Tunnel. This is a big deal, and again, I was in the hospital. The other thing that was really interesting that Eric revealed too, which again, I was back in the hospital, is he's like, yeah, we're, you know, Excel Partners is the venture capital firm that does BitTorrent, and they also do Facebook. Oh my God, like this is awesome. We should be really excited. We are literally, like in March, we've had all these collaborations happen, right? We're on the front of an amazing new industry, and we should be talking about it. Okay, let's move on to the really cool stuff. So we saw so much great stuff this week. It was fantastic. And when I was trying to put together my presentation, I realized there's just no way I could see it all. So I want to get some people up here. Angela, can you come up? Simon, you're just going to have to sort of stand down there. I do want to get Sue up. James. Okay, so here is the person who was the most tweeted the most for MIPCC, which was the separate part, was Simon. He is like a huge tweeter at these events, and I follow him religiously. If you're not sure, if you want to follow someone and you're just sort of starting to tweet, this is a guy. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to grab Simon, and I want to start with you. Yep. Can you just give everyone, you went to a lot of the sessions. Can you just give us an idea of what your overall feeling was with everything? Like
one thing that really stood out for me was how it's like we're getting there, but we're not really there yet. But I think that the convergence that everyone's been talking about, everyone is getting that we need to be on all platforms, and we need to develop for all the platforms. But also the second thing, that we have users and viewers are no longer users and viewers. Like someone was saying in a conference that the audience is as much a part of your story now as the story itself. I like that, yeah. Was there anything new that you saw that really blew you away? I like the emotive thingy. Okay. Yeah, we're getting one of those. Yeah, so this is emotive. I'll just show you the brain-computer interface that was over at the Experience Hub. I think they left this afternoon, but if you get an opportunity, so it looked like this. You put it on, and they calibrated it, and literally in 2 or 3 minutes, I was like moving a box with my mind. What else did you see that you liked? Anything else? I thought the experience... What was the best session you went to? What did you got the most value out of? Tommy Ahonen was great. Yeah. What he said was that since there are 4.2 billion SMS paying users in the world, we should all go with SMS, which is sort of like a bit of a downturn. Yeah, in a sense. I mean, on the other hand, it's a bit of a challenge. Yeah. How to integrate SMS in a fun and engaging and new way into formats. And this is a really good point that we need to bring up. Tommy Ahonen was like 98% of the people that watch your TV programs have a feature phone and not a smartphone. And this was the key, that if you want to make money in SMS, if you want to make money in TV, it was SMS. Angela. Fantastic pieces. You did so many great blog posts. Can you just give everyone some feedback about what you thought was, you know, the best? What were some of the most intriguing and interesting panels you went to? The keynote from Tiffany Schlane, that was really interesting because she talked a lot about the brain, which was a theme that came up again today with Baroness Greenfield. She was talking about how the brain is special because ideally it puts you in a place where you cannot be hacked. And it had happened right after the piracy talk. And I thought that was interesting because I don't think that's going to be true for long. Christophe Aguiton put it really well, the researcher at Orange last year, when he was saying, we've worried so much about Big Brother that it never occurred to us the real threat would be Little Brother. It would be people that we volunteer our information to all the time.
our families, our lovers, our teachers, our friends, and those would be the people who, in the end, would be policing us. And we gave them that power. We're doing it now. And I honestly think that at some point we're going to give them the reins to our minds as well. I think that's part of what we're doing with Twitter.
How do you mean?
One of the interesting things about Twitter is that the barriers to publishing are so low. You have 140 characters, you publish instantly. That means people kind of forget that they're publishing. They kind of forget that they're talking to the entire world. So they forget themselves. They say anything, which is why Twitter is so powerful. Over time, people using it end up telling the truth about themselves, about what they feel, about products, about a bad experience they had, about a really good experience they had. And right now, it's the closest thing we have to actually reading minds.
I'm going to move over on to James. James is the editor, oversees all of the blog posts, and we work quite closely with him. What did you pull from all the posts that you and the tweets you were reading?
I think that firstly, from a content point of view, the session that stood out the most for me was Matt Mason, the thing about what we can learn from piracy, because I just think that whatever the content is, it's all about access. And when you consider how easy it is to access some TV shows, whether it's on Mega Video or if your friend just gives them to you, it's so easy to pirate TV, and the industry should be using that instead of fearing it like the music industry did. So that's why it's great to have BitTorrent here as well. I just think that we wouldn't have been able to do that here like a year or two ago. It would have been yeah. let the monster in. But this time we're sort of really embracing change, which is really exciting, I think. I remember when we first started tweeting from MipTV 2 years ago, there were about 3 people, and I don't think even Simon was tweeting then, I'm not sure. But it was really easy for me to track them all because there was about 4 or 5 people. Now the difference is just incredible. It's roughly, we've got double the number of tweets, and it's great to see everyone, a lot of you in the audience engaging, sharing the content and talking.
What was your feeling? What was the...
I thought the talks that were more abstract were quite interesting, giving us another perspective, a 30,000 feet perspective on how to view the audience as well as the content itself.
Great, thanks. Thanks all, guys. Guys, I might grab you up in a minute, but I really appreciate the feedback. It's helpful. I do want to get 2 more people up here again because I have to. Eric Klink is in the audience. Eric, would you mind coming up? And Tom Dunbar. Where's Tom? Tom coming up. Let's just talk a bit more about BitTorrent and how these people out here can make money.
Sure. So I think it's a pretty simple formula. BitTorrent has 2 important things. There's some technology that makes distribution free. That's pretty important. And the second is we've kind of amassed an interesting sized audience. We have about 100 million monthly active users. These guys are not just ordinary users, they are hungry media consumers. And if you're trying to find a way to get your content discovered, I think this could be a pretty interesting channel, or at least that's our premise, and that's what we're trying to do with our Artists Direct program, where people submit content to us and we distribute it and get it discovered.
The other one, do you want to talk quickly about giffgaff?
Yeah, love to. So giffgaff is a virtual mobile network operator. It piggybacks on the O2 network, which is a UK network, quite a big one, run by, which is in conjunction with Telefonica. And their model is basically they a very small company, and they have no tech support, as it were. They don't answer tech support questions. The community answer those questions. So at giffgaff, if you're a new user and you put your SIM in the phone and you want to try and set up your answer phone, you submit a question. The answer doesn't come from some call center somewhere. It comes from somebody who knows exactly the right answer, a super user in the mobile community who will give you exactly the kind of information you need. And that person wins points, and over the year amassing points leads to getting a financial reward.
I have no idea what this is, but it's awesome. So I'm going to take this time, and this is going to play out. Thanks very much for coming. I hope you had a great MIP. See you at MIPCOM.